funny how somebody honked right when I hit record. It's like somebody was paying attention to me. Okay, so we have an officer. D0288 is the car number. I've never seen this sign before in my life. I've parked here for like 2 years and I've never seen this sign. This is a new one on me. Alright, well that's a new sign. It doesn't look like a new signpost. Well, it does, but it also looks dirty when they put it in. But this is brand new signage. And there is nothing on it saying new signage. There's nothing around the rest of the block. I'll be fucked. When the fuck did this sign come here? I mean, they look brand new. So I just got a ticket for parking in a moto spot when I never even knew there was a sign change. There's no notification. I've been here in the last week or two and I haven't seen this change. I saw the change on the other side there in the winter time, but this is brand new. Posts around saying new signs and stuff like that, but they don't have any of that. So license 645 LWN. So when did they put this in? Because this is new. They used to just have the one sign and now they have this moto sign there. And I've parked here a lot of times. Like, this sign has never been here. Right, so this guy just let the hugest fucking gap go. He's not even in position to see the traffic. That's... He should have gotten smashed there. Okay, here I am again at Trout Lake. Got a good spot today. I just had like 2 or 3 buckets and I went and downloaded a song. It's closed, so I was about to leave and I saw this guy, Cal. I did actually 2 good deeds today, but let's talk about Cal first. Cal, he came walking along with his bike. His front tire was gone. Like the actual Schrader valve had actually come right off of the rest of the tube. And after a close inspection, well, okay, let's chronological. All right, so he's walking along. I see him. I roll down my window. And I'm like, hey man, you need some help? I'm a bike mechanic. I might have the proper size tube for you. Right? And so he, you know, he's middle class looking, like he's got nice clothes. It's a nice bike, you know, but he decided he could trust me. Guy sitting in his van offering help and looking like me. That was cool. So, you know, I just saw an opportunity to help somebody in trouble. His tires popped on the path. He has to walk his bike home and all that. You know, I got everything. Why don't I just help the guy? You know, if the whole world were like that, can you imagine? I can. And the potential is there for all of us to do these things with our skills. Help others when we see them in need. And so that's what I did. I didn't ask for anything. I told him straight up I don't want anything for it. I just want to help. So I searched my tubes, found the right size tube, and went over and patched it up for him. And then I aligned his front brakes a little bit because his front brakes were rubbing on his tire and everything. So anyway, so, you know, whatever. But he ended up giving me 15 bucks out of the deal. But I mean, my heart was already like overflowing lava of passion, of feeling good about doing a good deed. And like, I really didn't want the money. It just felt really good to help somebody in need. So, you know, I patched him up. He gave me 15 bucks. I told him to have a good day. Yeah. Now, my second good deed of the day, that was this morning. Okay, I hung out with my friend Sam, and she was testing me. And she was seeing how far she could push me before I started yelling. And I didn't yell. What am I doing here? important life lesson, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know anymore. I showed her love. I showed her compassion. I showed her boundaries. You know, I did a really good thing for her. She accidentally dropped her phone while we were hanging out last night, and so she was broke, and I told her, I could buy her a really cheap phone so she'd at least have a telephone until welfare day, and so I did that, and the whole time I was helping her out, she was like pushing me to react to something. My good deed of the day is I didn't react at all. And we have a long history, her and I. We actually met when I was 15, she was 14, so that was like 25 years ago. And, we've been in and out of each other's lives. And there's, a death of her boyfriend at the time, my best friend at the time, when we were 16. When I was 16, she was 15. That kind of binds us together in a really weird way. But at the same time, she has moved like all the way down to Texas and back. And the minute she gets back into town, we're crossing paths here in Vancouver. And last we saw each other was like 4 or 5, no, it was probably like 10 years before that. Yeah, probably about 10 years before that in Nanaimo on Vancouver Island. So what are the odds? And the funny thing is because we have such a long history, we can't stand to be in each other's presence for too long because we know too much about each other, So we can't keep up facades, and eventually somebody gets touched in a tender place and says, okay, fine, fuck off. And then we don't talk to each other for 3 to 6 months, and then the universe throws us in each other's faces again. And these last few times, over the last 6 months, I have not been reacting to her shit, and I've actually been showing her the love and compassion that I should be showing everybody all the time. And I'm learning to forgive people for their blunders and try to show them some love anyways, and show them what could have been if they had been nice. I don't know. Like, maybe that's one way of wording it. Another way of wording it would be love them anyways, because if they're a decent human being, they'll react to it. If they've had that love stripped away from them, maybe that'll help them along their path to regain their love, because a lot of people in this life at this time have been stripped of their human love, of their human compassion for each other, and in its place has been this corroded, jaded, I'm in so much pain, I'm going to make sure this do-gooder, this person that's trying to help the world, is going to suffer just as much as I have, if not more. And we're going to, that's really what it feels like is going on with all these people fucking tampering with my vehicle, constantly fucking hanging around me, crowding me, constantly fucking doing all these things to harass, stalk, and assault me, and victimize me in all sorts of different ways, just because, what? Just because I'm trying to make the world a better place? Isn't that what we're all supposed to be doing? I'm just providing an example. The potential we have as human beings to actually be better than our animal nature. Think about it. These guys are being total jackasses. They started off by fucking coming around my fucking van with their fucking basketball. I swear they bounced it once or twice off my fucking bumper, and then gave me space, so to speak, as they walked around my van. And then they walked past their own fucking car, and then turned around and, oh yeah, there it is, yeah. Oh. Now they're being jackasses some more. just came in and flashed their high beams on me at that last fucking bump before they decided to cruise in park here. Now they're just sitting there. Nobody's moving, nobody's getting out. They're just sitting there.